Hello, it's the third week of Easter and this is Extra-Ordinary-Extra. So we are in still extraordinary times. With our lockdown extended, our community still at home, it's a really difficult but interesting time to try and make sense of Eastertide. Obviously, during the kind of Holy Week and Lent, there wasn't as many feasts. There's some cracking feast days this week and some really big and important news of things that we're going to do as a youth service to try and connect with you guys out there. Obviously, hopefully, you're still following our extraordinary plan and still following the liturgical year. The word of the week this week is faith. And I think more than ever, we need to have faith that things are going to be okay, faith in each other, faith in ourselves, to make sure that we can carry on being the people we're called to be. And that's certainly going to be a real challenge this week. There are, however, two feast days and two saints that I'd like to call your attention to, because I think they're going to help us be extra specially faithful this week. The first, of course, is Saint Catherine of Siena. She's a very, very awesome saint, one of the most powerful women in the history of the church. She was a doctor of the church, not the kind of doctor that we're talking about at the moment, but a doctor whose wisdom and guidance is the kind of person that's inspired church teaching. But one of the things I didn't know until I looked up this week is that actually she's one of the patron saints of nursing. And what an appropriate person to have. Hopefully you guys are joining in with the Thursday round of applause for our care workers and NHS. Maybe on the feast day of St. Catherine of Siena, you could do something similar to remind ourselves of the incredible nurses and the incredible people who work. Of course, we had Becky and Ian on our live stream on the Monday. Both nurses, both working on the front line. Amazing examples of what real care and real love in action means. And that's what St. Catherine of Siena helps us to remember, that putting our love into action is really what we're called to do by Christ. Then we've got St. Joseph the Worker. He is a very awesome saint indeed. St. Joseph the Worker, obviously Jesus' dad, but it talks about St. Joseph the Worker as in it's about how he did his job and was a craftsman and created things and did the jobs that were necessary. Now, of course, what's happening at the moment, people are still having to go to work on the front line. Although most of us are at home, some people are still going to work. They're working in shops, they're working in deliveries, they're working in the post office, they're working to keep our country going and to keep us connected. And those people need remembering, I think, very specially on that special feast day. Now, this week, very excitingly, on Friday, we have got the big schools get together. So please go and register and get ready for that by joining and registering your quiz name. There's going to be quizzes and live guests and activities, and that's at 11 o'clock on Friday this week, so do not miss it. Don't forget to, as always, hit subscribe, hit the little bell icon so you know what's coming up next, and we will see you soon.